Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, where at the end of the last episode, this battle popped up. This is the biggest battle I've seen in a campaign, yet, or any campaign playing with the Dreadnought Improvement Project mod. So I'm very keen to see how this plays out. We have seen both of these classes of ship before in the previous episode. These Sahudas are interesting. They've got a really heavy armor. It's not very good quality-wise, like nowhere near. But it is very heavy on the front and on the belt. Oh, that is their entire fleet. Holy hell! So if we wipe this, the Navy is going to have free reign to blockade China, basically. If I, split my fleet up, we've already got fleet down here in this sea down here. We've already got East Asia covered. If I pop a capital ship in the Yellow Sea, I think we'll have China blockaded. They do have some weird territories in other places, so maybe not, but effectively blockaded, and they're going to be crushed. Absolutely crushed if we can pull this off. Oh boy, okay. No pressure. Hopefully we have good weather. Last battle was at night. Yes, this looks more like fighting weather. So, I'm just going to keep the capitals together. I'm going to get the heavy cruisers to follow, and the destroyers I'm going to keep back. And let's see if we can pull off a torpedo strike on a damaged enemy like I did before. Right, let's get sorted out. Opening fire at pretty long range. How far out are we? 16 kilometers. Oh, got a hit. That's pretty nice. It's got good weather. Also means that our invasion fleet will be completely unimpeded down in Sarak, which is a big plus. But we've got to sink him first. I mean, they're sailing direct... Oh, that was nice. Shikishima with a couple of hits on vulnerable bits. Taking out a torpedo and a funnel. This is... yeah, I mean, it definitely plays to the strengths of the Chinese ships. This kind of slow approach with their very heavy front armor, but there's a lot of firepower being flung in their direction. And we're target switching for reasons I don't fully understand. Keep on those battleships. Oh, is Shifan shuffling out? Right, okay. Focus on the Monarch then. Ooh. Yeah, I want to see those 7s in action as well. No 7s in the previous battle. Ooh. Aft belt pen. Gonna have to explain to me how that works, but okay. Not gonna look at some damage. Turn it away. Monarch actually taking quite a lot of flooding from that bullet bending hit. Hit the Fuquan. She's gonna try and move back out the line. Because if we can slow and damage them, they're going to be really ineffective. Again, just keeping the destroyers not too far away. They're more there to leap in if we need them. There's no enemy light ships that we have to worry about. Don't have to screen anything off. Yeah, we're getting hits, but nothing serious. Just kind of blasting away each other. Not that they've landed a lot of hits. Very difficult for them to close in when they're that slow. The design's not terrible. You just need to be faster than 17.5 knots. That is truly very slow. Destroyed the main tower. Fire control gone. Ability to hit is getting worse and worse all the time. Again, still mainly HE that we're throwing out. They are hurting. Okay, go for the siphon. Able to more or less circle them. Really showing the advantage of speed here. Because they just cannot close. They cannot... Oh, what? They're going after the Asanagi. That is so unbelievably mean. Trying to kill the destroyers. I thought we're pretty far out of the battle. Guess they know what I'm planning to do with them. But still, that's rude. Also a waste, because you're going to miss a lot of shots trying to hit destroyers. Keeping up with the damage on the battleships. That, well, I don't actually know what they're doing. Let's switch up to the cruisers. We should be able to sink those pretty quick. Because unlike the battleships, they are not going to be able to resist the 12-edge guns very long. Well, they're doing okay at the moment. Do you have a 9-inch main belt? Oh, there we go. Forward belt pin. Oh, there we go. There's some big damage. Ah, it's a main belt pin. They're done. Okay, one cruiser down. Let's focus down the next one. Oh, ouch. Ouch. Still though, they haven't got the best armor scheme in the world. They're still holding up pretty well. It's the advantage of having higher quality armor, of course. I'll keep the my cruisers focused on this. Yeah, they're trying to close torpedo range, I'm sure of it. There we go. Proper damage. Turning side on. Got him. Yeah, I'm just going to let the destroyers disengage. Clearly the AI is hungering for them. It's just too dangerous setting them in against all that secondary firepower. A lone damaged ship? Yeah, they're going to take it out, but... Not a well-organised defence. Or even a poorly organised defence, to be honest. Shifan and Monarch, worse for wear, but they're not out of the fight yet. Again, their armour is pretty good, so not able to... not able to just obliterate them. At least not unless they're going to be very nice to me and turn side on. Just hitting the superstructure over and over and over again. Oh, there was an AP switch. Must think they can go through. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Got around to a good angle, and they're done. Also closed quite a lot. Under 5 kilometers now. Oh no. Oh, China. Yuck. Right, just 2 remaining cruisers to deal with. Oh, there we go. Got it dialed in. A couple of big shells. Pretty big hit. Got him. Raking the ship. Basically sending a shell down the length of the ship. Oh, Fuso. That salvo just completely wiped them out. Well, there we go. Apart from the destroyers straying too close and catching a shell. Almost a total wipe. Yeah. Ouch. Oh dear. So. Damage leader. Arakawa. Naka. Followed by Shikishima. Followed by Fuso. And then the cruisers. It's pretty decent. How did the 7-inch fare? Actually, not bad. They definitely contributed a lot of the battleship damage. Interesting, but the 12-inch... Yeah, when the 12-inch are hitting better. Because, of course, the battlecruiser was going slower because she was in a line with the battleships. 26% compared to 12 or 14. About, yeah, 20-ish% accuracy. Across the board, China, not so much, because they never really got into range because they're too slow. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. That gives us complete free reign to attack China wherever we want. And lo and behold, the very next month, we impose a blockade. Now, blockades are not good. Not good at all if you're on the receiving end of them. No, we don't have the spare money for it. Yeah, we are probably going to take Sarawak next turn. But base, a blockade gives you 2,000 victory points per month if we're able to maintain it. So our victory points are going to tick up and up and up and up. And I might as well keep it going for as long as possible. And see if we can... Oh, China's going to collapse. Oh dear. Oh dear, China. It's not good for you. Okay. That's really not good for you. They must have fudged something. I think they're going to collapse next turn. Yep. Splat. And yes, I did increase GDP penalties for blockades, but I didn't increase them that much. I need to have a look at what causes countries to collapse. This is not intended. It's funny, though. Yep, they've just... Economic collapse. Splat. Did I get Sarawak out of it? No, I didn't. Of course I didn't. Oh, dearie me. Right, okay. We won too hard, lads. Too hard. Well, amusing though that is. Maybe the army will get their arse in gear and get conquering what remains of China. I think that collapsing wouldn't be a problem if you have an ungoverned territory next to yours that you instantly generated an army attack against it. Because then basically collapse would be you conquer the enemy nation, or at least you start the process of conquering it. In this case, of course, what I'm really doing is starting a race between me and Britain and France and Russia, if they were still here, to grab as much of this as possible, which I think is realistic. So I do want to tone down collapse a little bit. It does seem to happen a little bit too easily, but I need to look into the causes of it. And yeah, I also need to look into how on earth the army invade place thing works. But I haven't really got around to that yet. Anyway, I'm going to get the fleet back to port. Get them back into peacetime mode, because of course we don't have our wartime funding anymore. But I consider that a super successful war. As a we got the Dreadnought 2. As a temporary fix for this, I think I should probably play this on a higher difficulty setting so that the AI has better economy, just base. They get loads of free money. This is on standard difficulty. But I know not everyone is the same skill level, but I think if you're testing the mod out, do try it on standard. Let me know if you run into this as well, where you're able to smash countries very easily, or try it on legendary and let me know if it still happens. Basically, if it still happens on legendary, that's definitely an issue that I need to look at. But for the moment, it's just funny. Just funny. Right, let's have a look at that Dreadnought. Let's celebrate China's demise with a new Dreadnought class. The Dreadnought 2. The Mikaho. They can go up to 37,000 tons, but I think 35 is reasonable. We're not at the stage where we can just YOLO it and have the biggest ships possible. We still have an economy that needs to function. So, this is very similar to the Conquerors that we just built. For an extra 5,000 tons, I wonder what we can get. It's a tiny secondary tower. Interesting. Probably only need the one funnel on this. I hope. Nah, induced? Yeah, induced is fine. Yeah. We could go for a bigger gun. And it is very tempting to jump from 12 to 16. We do have Mark II 14s. Screw it. I'm going to do it. Because what year is it now? It's like 1912? Something like that. It is very early to be going 16-inch guns, but you know, we're seeing this trend of this so-called super dreadnought that other countries are getting under construction. British Orion class, for instance, is kind of this kind of era. Well, put this in your super. It's proper super dreadnought. I wonder. 29613. I wonder if we can do something a little bit silly with this. We can have this entire rear deck area just free. We could also go 10 16-inch guns is definitely too much. Definitely too much. 29,602. $29,720. It does save a little bit of weight. It does save a little bit of weight. It looks a little weird, though, to have this big kind of quarterdeck that is just sitting on the back of the ship. But I guess it would be for, like, you could, in real life, this would be kind of the era where people were thinking about float planes and things like that. So you could have a float plane launcher and things like this on the back. I'm not sure, and you can get away with nonsense like this in this mod because the weight offset isn't terrible. Yeah, if we go for this, we will have to compromise on the secondary battery, probably. Well, no, screw it. Stick with our 7-inch gun, why not? Is there any point having 4 3-inch guns? No, not really, but let's put them on. Anyway, I do have a little bit of a forward weight offset, but we can fix it because I can move all of this back. What's going on? Oh, that is such an annoying thing where things that you think will move together don't, and things that shouldn't move together do. Yeah, that's improved it a little bit. It does look funny. It does look like there should be another gun back here. I'm not even sure we can do this with 16s. I might have to go 10 12-inch guns anyway. But I do want to just I maybe do just want to jump straight to 16s. We could go 14s. 14s is probably more sensible. Let's build the rest of the ship, though. Particularly when it comes to the armour. Jesus, I haven't even thought about that. Oh, Citadel 3, that's new. Very exciting. Why don't we stick with standard ratio? We seem to be firing a lot of HE at the moment, so I don't think the Admiralty would be convinced that we need to change that. Yeah, 14%. Overweight. No way we're fitting 16-inch guns on this bad boy. It's a shame. It's a shame, especially when we start looking at... yeah, we've got 110% armor now. But, yeah. Armoring against those 16-inch guns, not really viable either. So, no, 16-inch guns, not a viable option. Let's try going with the actually conservative route, which is sticking with the 12-inch Mark III. Tried and tested, and going for 10 of them. And yes, I know I have triples, but triples are new and fancy. And therefore, we're not super interested in them. Oh, piss off. Right, yeah, this is looking reasonable. Okay, because we can definitely armor against 12-inch guns. We know we can armor against 12-inch guns. We just need a 12-inch main belt, 6-inch 4.5 belt, 3-inch main deck, 1.5 on the extendeds, 14 on the tower, 1.5 inner belt and deck with, I don't know, 1/2 an inch second inner belt, that's new, 14-inch on the turret, Sure, you can have 6-inch on the turret top if you want. Enhance that protection a bit. 6 and 1.5. 1.5, 1.5. And then we just need to adjust gun lengths. 40, 45, 40. There you go. So using all the same guns from the Conquerors. Same armor from the Conquerors. We're slower, but yeah, with maximum bulkheads, we have an extra gun. It's basically the trade-off. And it's more expensive. And of course it is a battleship. So we have superior resistance, although not by much. Slightly better stability, slightly worse floatability. But it gets the battleship stats rather than the battle cruiser stats, which means base resistance is slightly higher. And it's slightly tougher. But yeah, I think this is probably the last 12-inch ship we will build. I think this is the final word in 12-inch Dreadnought design for Japan. Anyway, I think the next time we come to build a Dreadnought, we're definitely going to be looking at something with bigger guns. But for now, perfectly happy with this. The problem is building them. So I'm going to go talk to the finance minister. Okay. We have the Mikaho and the Nagato under construction. So we're actually building 4 capital ships at the moment, which seems like the max we can do. I've got crew at 50 and tech budget at 80. Right now, we're not constructing any more shipyard size. Our maximum shipyard size is already pretty good at 57,000 tons, because I was focusing on this early on. So, yeah, really, I'm just going to sit and wait around for the army to realise that they can attack China before the Europeans do. And in terms of the next war, it might be Germany again, which would be very boring. But everyone else likes us quite a lot. So, probably going to be a little bit of time before anything happens. But I'll be back when something does. Well, it's now August of 1912, and the army has indeed pulled their finger out, and we've taken northeastern China and Manchuria. And northeastern China is very important because that has oil, and that has dramatically improved our economy. You can also see the Soviets are pushing back into Siberian Russia. So, Russia is still pretty bad, but they are starting to reform. If they can retake central Russia, that'll be most of actual Russia restored, apart from Super Chad Austria-Hungary over here, that they're going to have to go to war with. But again, I think Russia collapsing was a bit weird, but China collapsing, been thinking about it. I think I'm okay with it, because they'd lost their they'd already had a revolution, communist takeover, and they lose their entire fleet and apparently their entire economy. And yeah, it's not good, not good at all. Hopefully we get some more conquering as well. And I'll let you know if we do. I guess the British aren't too pleased, or at least John Campbell isn't, because he's... oh, yes, please. Oh, God. I thought that was the army doing it. Why the fuck did the Navy have to do it? Do we even have 300,000 tons? No. I should have said no to that. That is incredibly annoying. These should have a tonnage requirement. I wish I could change the tonnage requirement on these, because that is literally impossible for us to do, so I'm just going to let it time out. Very annoying. I thought that was the army doing it, because they can just push south. Damn. Anyway, at least I can get the economy on the go, actually. So we can get all of this... Well, actually, no, not all of this back to full. Jesus. Tech spending. We are really spending a lot of money at the moment. Are we getting anything decent on the way? Nope. Nope. No, not really. Well, we're getting there. We'll probably get Mark 1 18s next. It's pretty far ahead. Yep, getting there. Getting there. Geared steam turbines, that's pretty nice. Yeah, it's definitely things on the go, but I should have read that more carefully. I thought it was the army one. Silly me. Hey, look who's back. It's China, who has no ports. What the hell? Do they actually appear on here? They do, but they have literally no fleet and no ability to build a fleet. So this should be interesting. Oh, look. I did say they were going to have a problem. Yep. You lose all your ports. You go splat. Try again. Oh, dearie me. Okay, we have now taken northern China as well, which is fantastic, because that is basically securing our border against the Soviets here. Germany, again, just doesn't seem to be liking us very much. I'm not sure why. I'm tempted to start improving relations with Germany, just so that we don't get into a stupid war with Germany where there is nothing that I want to take. And hopefully we keep getting army events to take the rest of China, because that would be very, very powerful if Japan is sitting on all of that Chinese territory, all those resources. That would be absolutely amazing. But we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, welcome back. I'm not getting an army option against Eastern China. We built a couple more ships, so I'm going to say yes to this. We're going to give it a go. The army is moving on Mongolia, which is cool. Because, although Mikaho and Nagato are still commissioning up, they're almost finished. So I'm going to take the reserve fleet and park them right there. So that's 100,000 tons. I'm going to take the rest of the ships, which actually is now past what we can manage, and pop them there. And then once the others are commissioned, I'll move them out as well. Okay, so I'm going to have to redistribute the fleet a little bit. The other thing I've been toying with is mothballing / selling off the reserve fleet. I don't know what people think of that though, so I haven't decided. But if you're watching this, let me know in the comments. Do you think I should mothball them, which means that our allies will offer to buy them and they'll go off and do something else? Or should I just keep them around? I think definitely the light cruisers we might consider selling off, because once we've got a replacement, and maybe the heavy cruisers, but the Kanko, should we keep them, or should we sell them on? I'm not going to scrap any ships. I think that's fair enough, but I can mothball them and sell them. Is kind of how I'm thinking about it. Why did I start waffling and hit end turn? Because inevitably, even though the turns have been actually pretty quick in the background, the one time that I actually press the button, Italy decides to go on a designing spree. I think it's Italy. No, it's all of them. It's all of them. Of course it's all of them. Right, there we go. No, you can't have a battleship. Okay, right. Yeah, still don't have enough, but we now have 3 more battleships to deploy. And that should get us at least a chance of succeeding. Oh, we have the Dreadnought 3 and the Dreadnought 4 available, which means you can get constructing again. Yes, you can have some destroyers. The shipyards are idle at the moment. I'm going to have to cut back on money, though. Invading China is expensive. Oh, very expensive. Let's cut back to 50, 60. Our economy is improving, though, because we're capturing all this extra territory. What's my chance? 35%. Well, goodness. That's not great, is it? Let's look at our ships. 3 and 4. Okay, so 3 is very similar to the ships we already have. But 4 is a departure. Definite departure. I'm going to have to think about this one. I really am. This hull is interesting, but it ends up... Because you've got this. Generally speaking, it ends up being a super heavy ship. I don't know. This thing, though, it's so... this one is okay, because it starts at 26. So, you know, if I went for, I don't know, 35,000 ton ship or something like that, it's a reasonable size. But this thing is so fat. Yeah, I think we're going to skip the Dreadnought 3. We're going to go straight to the Dreadnought 4. And, wow, we do have Mark II 15s. That's also quite tempting. Let's have a quick look and see if we have any more guns on the way. Because that could change what I'm thinking. We're also struggling for money right now, so I might also just wait until that invasion finishes. Big guns, 4 months. Mark II 16s. Ooh, that makes 16 so much more tempting. So yes, I'm going to wait until this conquest either succeeds or fails. 1 in 3 chance, pretty much. But all that will be in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.